Hey, alright, we got Gold Division Cycle 6. Loser back at round 2. Ride My Rockets taking on Twisted Fusion. Two actually solid teams that are bounced down kind of quickly, to be honest, which is strange. Both of these I'd expect to be in the top of Gold Division, the top half. And one of them's going away relatively quickly.
Well, I mean, they had to play, like, some good teams.
It's true.
To be fair.
It's true. Stop interrupting this with logic and reasons.
Fine, whenever.
It's just not worth it. Let's see. Yeah, RmR played Night Raid in the first round and lost 2-0 in that series, and Twisted Fusion lost to Solaire Club in the round of 8. So that is how these guys ended up here. And who's your favorite? Art, who's your favorite?
I'm gonna pick Hellborn. I mean Legion.
One of them.
Because we casted Hellborn yesterday and they kind of sucked. To be fair.
Yeah.
I mean, they weren't that coordinated in my opinion.
That wasn't great.
Or did we cast Legion?
I casted RmR yesterday, and
oh well, I casted.
You casted Twisted Fusion the day before that, I think.
I don't remember what you casted.
Twisted Fusion versus Solaire Club. You were in Twitch chat, but I had to solo cast because you're a horrible person that forces me to do things.
We said we wanted to cast. And
you said nothing about casting. I said I'm gonna cast. You didn't say anything about casting, and then you're like, "Can you send us the match IDs?" You didn't say I'd like to cast. I was confused. I thought you just wanted the match IDs for like some weird reason.
Oh.
And then you said VODs. You didn't say replays. That makes no sense.
Well, I said VODs because I thought you would understand.
I don't. VODs are a different thing.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, Quincy. It's fine. Okay?
You don't matter.
The first pick of Ophelia is coming out again.
Yeah. Twisted Fusion. They love that first pick off, man.
Yeah, I wonder if this Legion is just gonna ban it. They're done with his stupid drafting decisions. There's a Parasite open, by the way.
Yeah, that's true. And a Tempest.
There's still a Parasite. Oh my god.
And soft picking here on Legion's side. First two bans for Legion, Work into Elephant Prisoner, Hellborn taking out Magnus and Swiftblade, so the two typical Elephant Skill Blade bans. No huge surprise there.
Parasite.
And it will be Parasite.
That they would first pick Ophelia when there was a Parasite. Is this after the patch?
This is pre-patch.
Are you sure? I didn't have to competize, right?
Because you had already watched a game from this.
Oh, whatever. Who cares?
Because you did the Twisted Fusion versus Solaire Club round of 8 series, and this is the same patch as that one, so you don't have to competize.
Oh, still, pretty good.
That's how computers work.
Calm down. I don't know how computers work. Mine broke.
Nobody does. Anyway, Hellborn's going to finish their draft off with a Rhapsody on top of the chipper, so that's interesting. I'm not a huge fan of it personally, actually. I don't feel like Rhapsody and Ophelia is the greatest interaction. Sorry,
okay.
We just finished up the HoNcast 2014 award show, which if you didn't watch it, I'm sure it'll be up on YouTube sometime in the next several months. And
the dream.
Oh, that Mickey interview was the best.
It was. Yeah, it's whatever. I mean, that's how I would feel too. I mean, who the fuck really cares?
I don't know. I think like, it matters.
To be honest, who cares?
Like, it's not.
Are you serious? It's a fucking online award. You don't get anything for it. It's just a fucking award.
Right.
Like, unless you have some huge ego that like you need to fulfill because you're like some teenage girl. Nobody actually gives a fuck.
I don't think anybody's like basing their life on winning this stuff, but. It's nice. I think it's nice validation, and it's more about the recognition from the community. So, like, if you win one, it's more about... There's a lot of behind-the-scenes people that vote for this. I think it was like 30 or 40, plus the community vote took like 65%. And if that many... It's more about, like, okay, yeah, that many people think that I'm good at doing what I do, and they appreciate what I'm doing, and it's a nice feeling of validation for when you do a whole lot of stuff. Because I was up for really 2 categories, and if I had won, then I would have felt very good about myself. So.
Oh, come on, Quincy, what a loser.
Ego aside,
please.
I do have a nice large ego, but that wouldn't be much.
I don't know. I just feel like it's just so like he doesn't even play HoN. Like, he plays
Mid game?
Dota 2. He's
Yeah.
probably like, whatever, who the fuck cares?
I mean, that's what he literally said. He's like, you want MVP,
Yeah,
how does it feel?
he said we're
Okay,
gonna leave.
what are you gonna do? Well, we're leaving after Thailand. I don't know.
Yeah, he
that
doesn't
was
give
funny.
a shit. I don't know. I wouldn't really like. Nobody gives a shit. Like, I don't know. I came in like when Mickey came in, so I don't know if like other calls were different or anything. But
They
I
were.
mean, I feel like it went like pretty much the same way, except like, oh, we're leaving to Dota. I don't give a shit. Like that mentality. But
No,
I mean, they were pretty much the
Lapt,
same.
and Keizu all won stuff, and none of them said anything about going to Dota 2. It was mostly just like, yeah, I appreciate the input and the
Yeah, it's like
recognition
what
and
else
stuff
can
like
you
that.
say?
That's
Like,
pretty
you just
much
say,
it.
oh,
Yeah.
It's,
I mean,
yeah.
it's standard awards.
I mean, you can't fucking like, yeah. Except like it's a fucking online. It's not like you get anything. It'd be cool if you got some.
Get a portal key award in the
Yeah,
forums.
who cares? Nobody uses the
Hey.
forums anyways.
I did that. I came up with that. I'm like, that would be a fun idea. Don't
No, it
belittle
wouldn't.
my contributions, do.
No,
Yeah.
it could have been like a medal as a forum.
That's what it
Or,
is.
like, you know, some could be a 2015 thing, just or 2014. You
guy.
could say 2014 on your HoN or whatever, Quincy.
Whatever.
I don't care.
Pingu, second stage of bans, Puppet Master, Dr. Repulsor, and Rally, Kinesis, Bubbles, and Silhouette getting taken out by the Hellborn side. So Legion focusing a little bit more on the carry options, and Hellborn looking at the initiators more, but both of them dipping into the other pool a little bit as well. As neither side has much in the way of short laners. Sorry. Go.
Well, Pingu was kind of trying to ban silhouette counters, and then Salim banned silhouette last, so that was the thing.
That's true.
Except for the rally. I mean, I don't know why the fuck they banned rally. Rally's so shit.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I guess it could be a silhouette counter in the sense that it doesn't have any targeted spells, so Nullstone, I
Maybe
don't
it's
care.
like it's a comfort thing too. Remember, these guys played rally, right?
No, I think that was Solaire Club.
Yeah.
That's Jismin on the Solaire Club that likes to get the
Oh
more
yeah,
Portal
yeah,
Key
yeah,
rally
yeah.
build.
No, because I'm pretty sure he bought a portal key that game, so I don't
No,
think it
he
was
bought
just
a Portal Key on Prisoner.
no, but there's a rally on the on.
There was a
For
rally
sure,
in the games
let
that
us
I
know.
casted.
No. Corpool was playing.
Corporal was their
Rally, right?
jungler.
Or
Cyrox
somebody was
is their
playing that.
mid
Who
player.
cares? Somebody was playing rally.
I don't think anybody's playing Rally. Who cares? Ratchet Hag made the fourth pick for the Hellborn side. I really don't like this Twisted Fusion craft. I don't know why.
It's all magic damage
Yeah,
and
that's
it's
part of it.
all int heroes. That's probably why.
Corrupted disciple.
I'm like,
They could really pick any carry they wanted there. I mean, every fucking hero on the Legion team would get out carried by any hero on the in the entire carry list. So I mean, they could literally pick anything they wanted.
Yeah.
That man's gonna destroy Hag if Hag goes short lane. Like that's just it's gonna happen.
alright, I really don't like this anymore. I really,
I don't like
really
this
hate
at
this
all.
Twisted Fusion draft.
It's soloing Hag and Chipper. Hag, I mean, Hag and Chipper both excel when there's a setup stun, but they rely off of other lanes. Like Hag would be relying off mid, or Chipper would be relying off the suicide to get a stun or something to set up. So that way they can just run around ganking. Both of these heroes need setup stuns. What are they gonna do? They're gonna try and slow people to death. They're gonna try and slow Kraken to death. That's the dream.
And you look at the mobility too on the Legion side. Parasite, Kraken, Madman, and Corrupted Disciple, all hard heroes to lock down. And they
have 0 stuns on.
They have one targeted stun plus whatever creeps Ophelia gets.
Yeah, in a possession, I guess. But still, that's not even that great.
It's neither targeted nor a stun, so
it's a fear.
it's a CC effect, I guess, a little bit. But the greed too. Where is the farm going to come from for Twisted Fusion?
I have no idea. It's not even their heroes are better than Legions either. They're gonna get out carried. They're gonna lose them. I mean, I guess the only thing that they could possibly take is the mid game.
I think they can take the super late game. Because
think
Malikan's the hardest carry in this game, and Hag is probably third.
I feel like
Plus a
CD's
Rhapsody
in
Ultimate and a Newer's Blessing.
CD's up. I mean, he can just conduit Malikan and he can't do anything.
A Shrunken Head.
Conduit goes through Shrunken.
It goes through Shrunken after you put the Shrunken up, but if you put the Shrunken up before if you put the Conduit and then the Shrunken, it'll break the Conduit.
It shouldn't be that hard. It doesn't really matter about the carries though, because like late game, Ophelia is useless. Chipper's
That's
pretty
true.
much useless. Everybody on the Legion team is gonna get a BKB, and Rhapsody dies in like a Parasite Leech.
I actually
So
think late game Chipper is pretty okay, to be honest.
I think it depends on the farm he gets, but I mean he's not gonna get farm.
Yeah, that's the problem. Isn't
Parasite
this type
can
of
just sit on
situation,
mid.
he's not gonna get anything.
Yeah, Parasite and Glacius are both really good roamers. So and Madman can gank mid if he starts to lose top, which shouldn't happen. I mean he should be able to kill Rhapsody.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that he placed his ward where he did top. Do you see it?
Yeah, and he
Quincy?
actually blocked out the far
See?
left hard camp as well, so Ophelia can have some more problems ganking. He's gonna
Yeah,
pull
so
the wave as
that-
well. This is
And the
gonna be
good thing
bad.
is that, well, I mean, it's gonna be okay because he's gonna get lane control. He's gonna use.
He's
his
gonna
health potion.
die.
He got pulled a health potion. I think.
Yeah, but like, he's not okay. He's not gonna die, but
If Ophelia felt like getting his W, he like just to
Yeah.
fuck with him and just like take the creep wave from Alec and get like XP that way. That'd have been good. I don't think it would have been worth it. But
and he's also not gonna get lane control because Malakin's gonna pull the creep wave right back. So that was literally just a wasted health potion for Madman
I'm not sure why Malakin has a TP,
because he wants
which
to be
Rhapsody
mobile.
bought for him. Rhapsody bought him that TP. It doesn't even make sense. And see,
Yeah.
the good thing about Madman's ward, it's uncounterable. Meanwhile, Hag's ward just got countered. In like 5 seconds. Got countered.
Who's
Parasite
surprised?
that's free reign to gank. What are you saying?
I'm saying who's surprised that ward got countered? It was in a really predictable place.
It's true. He should have dropped the ward and then just waited
Yeah.
for the rev to come out and then place it after he knew the rev was somebody somewhere. That'd have been good.
Here's a question: how do you know the rev is out if you don't have vision?
Because you have to assume people aren't as smart as you. Oh, the rockets dodged.
But that they are smart enough to get the rev. Okay, other with the ground courier. Stop getting ground couriers.
I think it's okay. Like nobody, like it's not that important for him to get his bottle right now. He has a health potion. It's not like he can't lane without his bottle. And Glacius needed the rev ward, so I mean he's gonna fly it now. Bam. He's gonna fly it now.
Science. There we go. It just
He's
flew.
got it. He's gonna fly it now.
I was actually talking about the Hellborns, but yeah, the Legion side has a ground courier as well. I don't really have an issue with waiting for a minute or so to upgrade it because obviously nobody's gonna be using it in the first like minute and a half of the game.
Yeah.
But it's more that once you do start sending it places, it needs to be upgraded because I've seen too many couriers die to be like.
Quincy, that's just like people being bad thing. That's
Yeah.
not a ground courier issue. They're just being like, how can you let 3 couriers die in one game? That's not
Series.
possible.
It was
that
one
shouldn't be
series.
possible. Oh my god.
Although I think there was one game where we saw 3 couriers die.
I'm pretty sure there was. That's what I was talking about.
Oh.
Quincy. I'm never wrong. So.
And no, this is not Night Raid cookies. This is a different cookies. I know it's confusing.
I think
But,
Cookies has a Z.
Yeah, he does.
Cookies
It only
And
hurts the
speaking of that
first
cookies,
time.
he's dead.
is.
Yeah. Bottom lane actually Salim falls as well, so both suicides taking a dirt nap.
Hilarious.
This would be bad if that were NR cookies because he plays for a different team and therefore he cannot play for this team.
Oh, there's a thing called dirty ringing, Quincy.
There
Nobody
is
calls
a
you
thing
up on it.
called dirty ringing, but you're not supposed
And you
to
don't
do that.
actually get in trouble for it.
Nope, you get in all of the trouble and you get banned forever and you're never allowed to play HoN again, so don't do it.
I think the funniest thing is that once the game's played, they can't IP check like the replay.
Oh.
It's like if somebody says after the game, like, "Oh, a dirty ring," like you can't
Right.
get them disqualified or anything because you can just say, "Oh, I was joking."
Alright.
Ugh.
I feel like
It's
they
pretty good.
really need to fix the whole sub accounts or alternate accounts thing on HoN. Like,
Why?
because it's way too easy to smurf and like ruin lower tier games. It's one of my biggest pet peeves that like 1900 players just get a new account and they play 5 unranked games or whatever and then they show up in the MMR ladder. Like it's not fun for those of us who are actually bad at this game.
Quincy, I'll let you in on a little secret. I'll let you in on a secret here. Nobody above 1900 plays more than 1500, more than one 1500 game.
Unless they like
anybody
throw.
above 1900. No, you don't throw if you're making a Smurf account. That's just stupid.
But what they do is they intentionally lose games so that they keep their MMR low. I've seen this before.
That's probably you're playing with like 1700s then, Quincy. They are not 1900, 1800, anything. They're like 1700s who get raped when they play. So they make Smurf accounts to play in the 1500s.
I think you should have to play like 50 unranked games before you can get into ranked.
You have to play like 12, and the queue times are really long. Not that I've done this before. not that
you've done it before.
I've never actually gotten out of unranked. Like, I made a few accounts and I just get so bored and then I forget the password to the account. Like, I cannot handle playing 12 unranked games.
Not playing.
Like, the worst part is when
in some
people
trouble as he gets locked down, and Malikan getting the sword throw finally will get it off and gets the last auto attack. So Dust Revelation helping to kill that elusive hero. That's the second one going in the way at TwFu. Yeah, but then the irony is everybody at like 1900 complains about how there's such long queue times. It's because you bastards are all smurfing.
No, we aren't smurfing. None of us are smurfing. It's only 18, like low 1800 and 1700 players who smurf.
Look, when I see somebody with a 1650 account that is like 80 and 4 and has
those
like
are,
a 6
smurfs,
KD, explain that to me.
I know that guy. Well, I mean, that's just one douchebag. Nobody else does it.
Okay.
That's one douchebag.
Okay.
That's Fuzzy Sloth, by the way. Have fun, Quincy. But
yeah, sure.
It is.
Fuzzy Sloth wouldn't do that to me.
He's the only person who does that. Who like, he doesn't do anything for the plus like 100 games by getting immortal or anything. I'm pretty sure. I don't know what it is. Regardless, there's a Wild Hunter chasing around Hag.
There is.
He's the dope.
At some point we should talk about the game instead of all of my problems with
No, smurfing doesn't happen. Like, Quincy, I will tell you right now, like, there are a billion, like, 70, 80% win rate smurfs, okay? They all suck. Every time I see one of them, I know
yet
it's
they
a
win
free
80% of the games. That's because you're actually good.
Players. Well, yeah, exactly. I'm actually good.
So you don't understand this from my perspective. When you see somebody with an 80% win rate, they're probably going to beat me.
I mean, yeah, they're better than average, but they're not that good. Like, if you play as a team, like if somebody on your team isn't throwing, you'll win.
Again, TMM. All right.
If somebody on your team isn't throwing, you'll win.
TMM.
Come on, Quincy. You have to queue with somebody. Maybe you can boost the morale of everybody by talking in voice chat, keeping everyone motivated. So I win games. I suck. I just tell everybody that they're amazing people. Then they want to win.
I'm just saying. I literally got... Okay, so I try to tell people what to do because I more or less know what to do. And...
No, Quincy, you don't tell people what to do.
One time people listened to me, and we recovered that game so hard. Because one of my teammates was like... Actually, he knew who I was, and he's like, listen to this guy, he knows what he's talking about. About halfway through the game, which we were getting crushed in, and I'm like, alright, let's do this, I'm gonna make this call, and we're gonna go do that, and we came back and won the game. Point is, I'm the best captain in the world, as Facehug's gonna steal a haste rune, release Kraken on Chipper as well, but the support from the Hellborn side's too much. Glacius gonna eat some rockets. And TwFu taking their third kill of the game. They're up 1,600 gold and 6k or 600 experience, so...
Yeah.
This is working out for them for reasons I don't understand.
Mid is losing, and Parasite isn't farming as well as he should. Look at Parasite.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why they're losing. Parasite, like, refused to counter his hard camps or something, I'm not sure.
This is the second time I've seen this, too. Like, a 200 GPM Parasite who hasn't been all that active, so I don't...
Yeah, it's because I'm just guessing. I didn't really look or pay attention, but I'm pretty sure Hag blocked one of the hard camps. Because there's no way, realistic, like, this is the GPM that you get when you have one hard camp and you don't gang. Like, I'm just gonna assume he didn't fuck up, so the hard camp was blocked. That's what I'm gonna assume. Not saying 100%.
Sure can. Make your own team then. I will make my own team. We're gonna beat you.
Yeah, Quincy, I'll be on your team.
Yay. Madman's dead. Okay, first thing we're gonna do, never draft Rally, Aluna, or Drunken Master.
Well, I mean, Aluna owns in lane.
Nope.
Quincy. You cannot say that Aluna doesn't own it.
Aluna's a good laner. The lane is like 10 minutes of the game.
Exactly.
It's like 10 minutes.
If you dominate that lane,
It's like
you
10 minutes of the game. No, you don't. That's the
what
worst
if you
part.
dominate that game?
Even if you dominate your lane, you don't always win.
Well, I mean, Quincy, we're an organized team here. We can definitely win the game with the one lane.
I've seen plenty of teams win lanes and lose games.
Well, calm down, Quincy. They're obviously not as good as us, and they didn't have as great of a captain.
Clearly. That's
exactly.
the way this is working
When
out.
have you seen SG ever lose lane?
A lot?
Never. It doesn't happen. They always win the lanes they should win, which is why they picked Aluna.
Sure can.
Actually,
if you're
they
not
picked
going to cast,
Engineer.
I don't care about what you have to say.
Actually, I think they picked Engineer over Aluna a lot, didn't they?
Probably. Engineer was really, really popular. And should be.
But
Engineer's a good
I think
hero.
They still
People don't
picked,
pick enough.
I still think they picked Aluna. It's because Engineers has mana problems. Like, you can't use all your spells at level 6 unless you have a power supply or something.
It's fine.
Which is really annoying. You can't ult, turret, and K. And it's really hard to get your ults off if you don't have boots. Like, that's one problem that happens. It's pretty fucking hard to get an engineer ult that's useful if you don't have boots.
Just get a push book. It's fine.
Come on. No boots equals you have a push book.
I'm just saying, just get a push book. Just, like, find one.
Oh.
Alright? There's probably one lying on the ground somewhere.
See, it's because people picked Rally, Quincy. Push book.
Yeah.
Free push book with Rally.
Oh my god, Trippy's using Veiled Rot. And he's hiding in the woods. What a player. But the Corrupted and the Glacius. The Corrupted and the Glacius, they must have seen
I'm pretty sure they saw him.
With the ward
They saw
sight.
him when he ported into the tower because their lane ward's useful.
So they know.
They saw him port to the tower.
They know that he's here, or that they
if
should
you
be
like
careful.
Veiled Rot and then ported.
Chipper, oh Glacius, that's not where you want to be.
Oh god, that was good.
So they saw him, but they got a little anxious.
And Ophelia's farming pretty well.
Okay, why is Twisted Fusion winning this game? I don't understand.
Because look at Parasite's farm. He's farming pretty much the same as Ophelia. But Ophelia is level 8, and he's actually ganking. Parasite's not ganking, and he's level 7.
Also, Ophelia is farming much better than Parasite.
Oh, I was looking at Kraken's GPM, my bad.
Yeah. And Kraken's not farming all that well, and Pingu's not farming all that well.
Like, this is a free farm Parasite. I don't understand what the fuck he's doing.
I don't get it either. Well, he's gonna try to gank again, bottom lane. Face Hug's gonna go through onto the Wretched Hag, and that'll be a nice kill, actually. So, good rotation from Boss, and actually in the top jungle, Cookies falls once again. He's 0-4 and 0, so Madman, not his forte.
Yeah, the problem about Madman is that since they have an Ophelia with Skeleton Kings, it's really hard for him to live in that lane.
Right.
I mean, Ophelia's just buying dust every time he comes with the Skeleton King, Madman's dead. There's nothing that Madman can do about it. He should be ganking mid or something. He should have ganked mid earlier. Even ganking bottom, farming jungle, anything. He's just feeding. It's kind of a problem.
Yeah.
He should make himself useful. The fact that you're 0-4 and 0 and your Parasite is 0-0 and 1 is just a bad sign.
And it's not like either of them are farming all that well. It'd be one thing if Parasite wasn't
I know,
involved, but he was at 280 GPM or something.
They should do something. I mean, together they have about 1,000 damage worth of magic burst.
Yeah.
What can they not kill?
And a silence. And a slow.
If they decide to gank, they can kill anything on the map. I don't know why they're not.
They might be doing
Madman's
that right
level
now.
7.
Perhaps trying to set something up with the Shipper, but there's a Word of Rev in the bottom lane that might have given them just enough vision to see what was coming. There's also Word of Sight here for the Hellborn side. And
CD is buying a staff.
I'm okay with that.
By the way, I have mixed feelings. There's gonna be a lot of Ophelia groups to
he just needs to get a little bit tanky, because the damage output from the Hellborn side after their burst, like if he can get a shrunken head up, they're not going to touch him. So maybe shrunken would have been a better.
I just feel like he's not going to progress in items that fast.
God damn it! I forgot about the overlay again.
Nice job, Quincy.
Such a good player.
But still, I kind of think the problem with CD Bind Staff is that he doesn't have a farming item. Like, if they don't force anything, or if Legion or if Hellborn just dodges, like, what is he gonna do to catch up and farm to him?
I don't know, but it looks like Kraken's gonna be dying as he eats the Saw Blades and the Bat Blast, but Chipper actually could be in a lot of trouble as well as the Face Hug comes through. Norse Blessing will save him for the meantime, but we'll see if there's actually enough damage to get this killed. Energizer's popped by Corrupted Disciple, and Chipper gonna run away. Doesn't get hit by the Electric Tide, and Rhapsody ultimate not even necessary as Hag blinks on out of there. So the response from the Hellborn, from the Legion side, is actually pretty solid, but they don't get any kills out of it. Sad times.
Well, I mean, their stun died. That was kind of the problem. If Kraken got an ult off before he died, that didn't happen.
I'm kind of surprised he didn't just drop it. I feel like he had the opportunity to. He wasn't stunned.
Yeah, he did. I don't know, maybe he thought he was going to live or something. Maybe he thought Ophelia was on his team. He was going to ult for him. Who knows?
Or Rhapsody, yeah. I mean, he dropped the Kraken ult on top of the Glacius Freeze. That was going to be a dead Chipper.
Even like a torrent, anything.
Yeah, pretty much.
Splashed, like literally anything. I don't know what happened.
We'll pick up a double damage into the top lane, so good
I don't like
there.
this Malikan. He's skipping the fucking Whispering Helm again. Yeah. Oh my god. Like, the whole point of Malikan is so that you get the attack speed when you're getting lower, so you benefit a ridiculous amount from lifesteal.
Yep.
Like, if you're low, you're gonna get so much lifesteal. You can turn on your green sword, you get like 60% lifesteal. You heal like, I don't know, 120 per hit or something, right?
Yeah,
Probably
but with the
like
Insanitarius, he's gonna die faster.
Oh my god, Quincy. That's why you need the lifesteal. I'm done.
Also why you have a blue sword.
Vestment. He has a hatchet. He has like 3 empty item slots. I don't know why.
He's going shrunken too.
He should have a vestment. Like, oh my god. Well, I guess it's okay since he's going shrunken and they're not forcing anything. But still, this is so annoying that he doesn't have a lifesteal. Like, the whole point of Malekith is to have lifesteal. It's like you're killing yourself with your sword.
Alright, so I have actually 2 problems with this. First of all, they're not forcing anything. Why aren't they forcing anything? They have Chipper and Hag and Rhapsody and Ophelia. Those are a bunch of strong gank heroes. Even Malikan can gank at this stage. And if you're not going to force things, get a Helm and farm. Because you're going to farm better with a Helm than you will with an Insanitarius and a Shrunken Head.
The other problem is, I don't know what Hag's buying. Is he like not finishing Steam Boots, or is he going to rush a Light Brand? He has 1,000 gold. He can buy Steam Boots if he wants. I don't know what the hell he's doing.
Maybe he's finishing Stackstone or something like that, and Steam Boots at the same time. The Courier was in use, so maybe that was the problem.
Still, I mean, it's not like he's going to use the buyback. There's no point in not buying it. I really hope he gets the tablet.
As opposed to Chipper?
Gets a tablet this
game.
game.
Middle lane. Speaking of Chipper, he's dead. It's caught out by 3 heroes. Yeah, against Corrupted, Parasite, Kraken, even Glacius. Multiple tablets, good stuff. Release the Kraken, gonna completely whiff on this Rhapsody in the middle lane, but there's still a Torrent there and a barrel roll. Staccatos go onto Kraken, that's gonna stop the splash, and actually they might turn this around. Dust of Revelation catches the Madman, Malikan's here as well. He pops the possession, and Madman is gonna fall. Meanwhile, Salim in the bottom lane on the Wretched Hag did also die, so at least RmR getting something.
Yep. Not bad.
And they're continuing to be down in this game, but not irrecoverably down, just a little bit down.
Hag bought plated green? No,
yeah, that's weird.
He's trying to buy a Sackstone, but he's trying to buy a Sackstone.
He's having problems.
Should have just bought the Steve Boots. It would have done more for him. I don't know how much HP
and he could finish them too.
For armor. For useful armor. Quincy, how much HP do you need for per armor
8.
for it to be useful? 8?
8.
8.
8.
Just 8.
8.
Oh, thank you for not even trying to do the math.
8.
Oh, okay then.
Look, I do enough math, alright? What do you want from me?
Look, how
Ooh,
is it
Kraken,
like the
he
same
wants this kill on a
or
Malikan, but he pops
more?
a Shrunken Head, and the Rhapsody ultimate is there, so Kraken finding himself in a really bad situation all of a sudden. Gets turned on. Corrupted Disciple is here. Shrunken Head will be wearing off on the Malikan in a second. He's going to have to get out. Actually, just wears off when the tide hits him, so nice counter kill. It's a 1-for-1 so far, but now Pingu trying to run away. Wretched Hag has a blink in a couple of seconds, but she gets silenced out, and she could die here. The puzzle box actually blinks into the Kongor pit. Meantime, Cookies and the Madman finally falls near the Hellborn Ancients. And they're trying to chase down this Wretched Hag with the Puzzle Box Parasite, but they're not going to be able to find her. Hag actually nearly dying because of where her blink went, and they didn't end up killing Pingu on that Corrupted Disciple, but they still lose 2 heroes for the Malikan. So it's good that they're slowing him down, but they're not really slowing him down.
Yes.
Bad stuff. And Malikan's at 470 GPM, Chipper's at 320, 280 on Ophelia. Neither the Rhapsody or the Hag are getting too much, but the greed is working for Twisted Fusion right now. Because they're finding farm.
Quincy, please answer me. Is it more or less than magic armor?
I would imagine it's the same, isn't it? Okay, physical armor is easier to get.
Because you get more armor.
Yeah, physical armor is easier to get. So I'm going to go ahead and say that you need less HP to make it effective, because the cost is smaller.
Sounds reasonable.
Because, I mean, like, there's the 1100 HP site that you need for Vestments to be worth it, but if Vestments cost 200 gold, it would be less than that. It's just a matter of props. Anyway, top lane, Corrupted Disciple gonna get caught out, and they managed to kill Ophelia in the background with Kraken and Madman finding him out. Finally, they both go down, though, with some nice saw blades. Release Kraken gonna stop Malikan from doing some stuff. Face hug onto Wretched Hag, but she's gonna be easily able to counter onto this Parasite as the Glacius falls as well. Kraken, the only one surviving, gonna be able to TP on out. Is it gonna be canceled? Oh, he actually had to stop it, otherwise the Rocket would have canceled his TP, and he blinks away. So ends up being a 4-for-1 in favor of Twisted Fusion, and... Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
What? What happened, Quincy?
I don't really know, but I think we're going to see a Tier 2 tower kill on the top lane here.
Quincy, what's the command for FPS thing? Host draw FPS 1?
I don't know.
Damn it, Quincy!
I've never had cause to actually put my FPS counter up there. Are you massively behind me once again and need to get
Yes, I am.
Alright, I'm at 22, 19, 20, 21, 22.
I'm 6 minutes behind. No, I'm just kidding. I've been fast forwarded. What are you at? 33:20?
No, 22, 30, 31, 31.
Oh, okay,
32.
good. I'm like 6 seconds ahead of you, so I'll be behind
fine.
you in about a minute.
Just don't spoil. Rhapsody, by the way, blocking the Legion Ancients, so they are double stacked, but that's the only thing they'll get until they unblock it. And also dropping a pretty aggressive ward here on the hill. Warding situation in general does favor the Hellborn side pretty substantially. Another ward of sight in the bottom rune, and a ward of Rev at top. Legion have at present just the one in the middle lane, as well as a ward of Rev in the top river. I actually just dropped one, so forgotten one. Trying to remedy that situation a little bit. Give this team some vision, which they definitely need.
I did it, Quincy. I have my FPS, and I'm at 7.
Yay!
The dream.
That seems like not enough. You need a new computer.
It does. This isn't mine.
Oh. You stole
Mine
somebody's
broke.
computer?
No, I need to get mine fixed. Quincy, how much does it cost to repair a CPU failure?
A CPU failure? A lot of money? Probably like a couple $100
like
at least.
300 bucks?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, my warranty thing will pay for it all back anyways.
That's good. I would imagine the way to fix a CPU failure is to buy a new CPU. I don't know if there's too much you can do to fix a CPU.
Look, it's a laptop, okay? It's not that hard to fix. Probably.
No, it's harder to fix.
Well, it's harder to fix, but I mean, like, it's better than buying a new laptop. Laptops are pretty expensive now.
Yeah. I don't know, I just got a really good deal, actually. Shout out to Cyberpower.
It's like $600.
Thanks for
The Hellborn
sponsoring
have overrun a Legion
Complexity.
FOB.
They had end of year sales. I got a $1,000 laptop that
Hellborn FOB.
has a 4 gig video card in it and a 4th gen i7 and 16,
Well, sequency, I can't get stuff like that.
16 gigabytes of RAM, and
I'm what they call poor.
I'm also poor, but I spend my money poorly, so get it?
Exactly.
Poorly. Because I'm poor.
I get it.
The Hellborn have
Quincy,
overrun a
I
Legion
get it.
FOB.
I wonder if Hag's gonna get an item soon.
I doubt
I
it.
wonder if he'll just go for straight sheep or something. That'd be interesting. He'll never get it. Would be interesting.
Well, TwFu pushing
like-
the bottom tier 3 tower, and
He got lifesteal, by the way.
yeah, look at that.
Got lifesteal after everything else. Still not using his his
Helm.
creep
Yeah.
using, by the way. Yep.
Come on, give Ophelia
Why-
4 creeps. She doesn't have enough stuff to micro. So we ended up with all the right items, but in the wrong order.
Pretty much. And he refuses to use his item. Even better. They're gonna do Congo, I guess.
They're
And
definitely heading that
They all ran straight through the ward. Straight through the ward in a line. Straight to the pit. I wonder if they know.
I don't know, maybe they're Russian. They like to march in lines.
Then maybe they're stay green. They're running the train.
Yeah. The thing
I
is,
wonder if
RmR can't
that'll
do
come
anything with
back.
this.
Quincy, do you think the SG train in the
Deadwood
trees,
tree
the tunnel will
cropping,
come back? Yeah, that's gonna be great. That was great.
That was hilarious.
Simeon target
I think the best part about it is that like you get fogged so much when you're doing it. Like nobody can chase you in there.
Yeah.
I guess the only thing that could possibly help is like a clanks. Chase them down with clanks. Just chop even more trees. Get rid of them all.
Why do you hate the forest so much?
Oh my God! Malikan bought a null stone. Oh,
I don't know.
That is
He doesn't-
not the item to buy.
He doesn't have a null stone for me. What's with the spoilers? Okay, he bought a null
Where
stone.
are you?
I don't know, he just bought it. He just had it. So I'm probably still like a couple of seconds
Well-
ahead of you, but that'll be fixed pretty soon. Puzzle Box Minion is taken over by Parasite and gets haunted, but he'll be just fine. Because this is broken, it shouldn't have this much healing capacity, they can just eat the haunt. Thank you, Patch. Yeah, that's weird. They have a lot of targeted spells, I guess. And especially the Conduit. So once he pops his Shrunken, the only thing that's going to go through that is the Conduit and the Face Hook.
Well, I mean, I guess it's okay for the conduit, but I mean, like you obviously pointed out, you can just BKB, you can't be conduit. That's
But
Quincy logic.
then he has to wait to BKB after the Conduit comes out, which is kind of dangerous.
exactly what I was putting out. Which is exactly what I was saying, Quincy.
Well, it'll work in a small engagement. It's not going to work very well in a team fight.
You're arguing for my point. I appreciate it. Thank you,
Arguing
Quincy.
for both of our... We can just both be right.
Nope, we can't. I'm right.
Fine. Fine. You want it this badly? It's this important to you?
Is Chipper just buying a staff or something?
Are these creeps
He
gonna kill
really
this
shouldn't
tower?
be pushing the
Yeah,
The
this
Legion have
creeps just killed
overrun
this
a Hellborn FOB.
what tower? What? Oh yeah.
top tier 2.
Yeah, they do.
Love
I
that.
really don't want them to be pushing bottom with Chipper saving up 3,200 gold. That's pretty
Yeah.
excessive. Like he could have a Storm Spirit or a PK. He could be like almost a stat. He could at least have
Yeah.
like 1,500 HP, and he'd still have buyback. This is just terrible. Terrible decision on their part.
Well, they're gonna go for it anyway. Token of Life is up on Malikan. Obviously, he has the Nullstone as well. It's gonna be destroyed right there as Parasite throws the leech down. And there's the jump. Kraken gonna jump on top of Chipper as well as Malikan, who's actually gonna eat the Superior Magic Stun. Chipper can't get anything off. Wraps the ultimate, saving a fair bit of damage actually. And Malikan, for some reason, retreating even though his Shrunken Head was up. That's why it just wore off. And the Glacial Downpour doing a lot of damage to Ophelia and her creeps. But here comes Malikan back in with the right clicks. All of a sudden, this entire Legion side is falling back. And they're going to turn this into some Rax damage. I don't know if they can get the kill on it. Shrunken Head is down, as well as the Malikan ult, so Token of Life not going to provide
He
that
still
much
has token.
utility.
I don't know why he didn't just man up and die when his BKB ran out. Kind
Well,
of seems wasteful.
He's
I don't
got-
think they're going to be able to use it in time
He's
with
got
that
2
2
minutes,
minutes.
so it's possible.
I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't think
they're not
so
going to have
either,
Ophelia next fight. In the or Bat Blast. That was their time to go.
They will
CD
have
didn't have
possession
buyback.
back, and they're going to have Shrunken back in 15 seconds, so... If they go, like, right now, and go back to bottom lane, as everybody's respawning, then... Maybe they can get something out of that. They did kill a tower as well.
He bought the Storm Spirit that he could have bought earlier. Not bad.
Boughten?
No, he's sold it. Boughten.
Boughten.
Boughten. Boughten.
Yes.
It's
Bought
a weird
or
word. Oh,
purchased.
He decided to sell it.
He did indeed.
No. Boughten.
Boughten.
That's a word.
Madman. Farming the wave out and has Kraken to back him up, so no real jump chance. And they're going to try to push this once again. Twisted Fusion in the bottom lane as for Ophelia making her way down here, taking over some creeps in the meantime.
Ophelia has creeps? Does she have creeps?
She has a couple that
She
she
has 2.
took over.
Yeah, this is kind of the problem too. Like when they reset to go back with another push, so he has to get new creeps.
Right.
He had to buy Striders because he had to get down there fast enough. It's just bad.
Malikan has 40 seconds in the token. He needs to just beat on the racks. He's going to get jumped here, and he will be hurt a little bit. Corrupted Conduit goes through. Yeah, just fight him, man. And the token is going to be dropped here, so he's going to come back up with possession and Shrunken available. We'll see if they can lock him down. He's going to be able to sword throw on out of there and is just fine. So token used. Release the Kraken, though, on his face. He's going to need to pop something. Yep, there's the Shrunken head as well as the ultimate. Chipper Rocket's going to completely miss. And they're trying to chase down this Rhapsody Preventer from doing anything. Sawblade's not doing anything. I'll go to the side here. Russian Hag able to blink away. Glacius actually going to find the Ophelia somehow in the Bat Blast. Is going to hunt down Glacius. That's going to be one counter kill. Meantime, Rhapsody will chase down and get killed by Malik and Kraken falling as well. And there goes Madman. Parasite inside of Minotaur that was belonging to Ophelia, but now is his. And Corrupted Disciple is the only other one alive. So that was an extremely chaotic team fight taking place over the entire Legion Woods.
I think they can defend
Yeah,
this. They
Madman
should be
buying
able
back.
to burst down Malik.
He's coming back into this, and he's gonna actually
I don't
try
know
to
if
run
he
away.
needed to buy
Nullstone
back.
is popped. The
Well, that
Conduit's
sword
there
throw might
as
have
well.
killed him.
Sword throw not available for a couple of more seconds, but he's gonna just man fight as long as possible. That's not gonna go very well, and Wes ends up taking the death.
Well, allow me to retort.
Yeah, that sword throw kind of just killed him. Sword through to try to stop the CD or something. I don't know what that was about. And Hag is going for the sheep that he will get around, 50 minutes because he has no farm. Fantastic. Thoughts, Quincy? How
I don't know, I
useful
think
do you think
He's
this
just
is?
trying to get something that's going to do something in these team fights. He's going to be a little bit tankier. He's going to have a little bit more damage, a little bit more regen and stuff like that because of the pure stats the orb gives him. So I would imagine he's not looking like, oh, I'm going to sheep in the next 10 minutes. It's more like, I need something. He's
I
got
don't
no
know.
items.
I think just like a tablet would have been better. Just tablet
already have
the
two.
Malikan out of the Kraken. If they tableted Malikan out of that Kraken ult the second time, he would have lived.
You already have 2 tablets, and I'm not fundamentally
tablet.
opposed to getting a third one, but I think there are better options.
Even a Storm Spirit or anything. Really, anything else. He's not going to get a sheep in time. Like, the game's going to be decided by the time he gets a sheep.
I don't know why Chipper hasn't bought his staff. He's got 4,700 gold saved up.
Maybe he's buying a sheep. Who knows?
Okay.
Spell Sunder work well on Hag.
I don't think so. She doesn't
I
apply
tried
enough
to-
constant damage.
That's... Yeah, I guess.
And
It
it's
seems
less
like not
effective on
better.
dots. So, like, the
I thought it
HoN's
was-
not going to do all that much.
Better on dots.
Isn't it worse on dots?
I'm pretty sure it's better on dots.
I think it's worse on dots. Otherwise, it would continuously apply the debuff, and that'd be really, really bad.
It does continuously apply to debuff.
Debuff damage is halved if you deal dot damage instead.
Oh.
Get on my level.
Whatever, Quincy. I can't
Why are you
read.
even here if you don't know these things? Huh? This is what you're here
Look,
for.
Look, Quincy,
What are your
I'm
qual-
here to
You know
tell
what?
you who wins.
I don't think I ever
I'm
had a
here to tell
resume
you
from
who
you.
wins.
There was never
Legion
an
is
interview
gonna win.
process.
Legion team will win. That's your interview.
Yeah.
That's your interview.
Yeah. I don't believe you.
Take me up on it.
I don't believe you.
Chipper got Hellflower.
Not that Legion
Not
isn't
sure.
gonna win, just I don't
Actually,
believe you.
Have overrun a Legion
Anyway,
FOB.
speaking of
Orange.
Legion, they're pushing the opposing base.
Yeah, Orange still has nothing, just by the way.
Gets 2,300 gold.
Madman, 0. What a player. Are they just gonna trade? No, they're getting back now. Okay, good. Thank God. But yeah, Madman really needs something. I mean, he's gonna die unless he gets BKB, but I feel like even if he gets BKB, he's not gonna be doing enough damage.
Snowy pointing out in chat that it's the Hellflower on Chipper, and I briefly considered that item before actually looking at the Legion team and realizing that's a terrible decision, so I agree with you, Snowy. That is just awful. Just an awful choice.
It's literally the worst, like one of the worst.
I don't know what else he could have gotten that would have been worse than that.
Like, does nothing.
He doesn't give a
CD
crap about Hellflower.
Does like, oh my god. Like CD gets Hellflower, what the fuck matters? He already conduit his ulti, probably. What's gonna happen? I mean, I guess he can Hellflower Madman. Whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, the guy that has less than 1,200 health and doesn't actually do very much damage right now.
Yeah, I mean, Hellflower Glacius, cancel the ult. Oh man, the dream.
And
He's not gonna Hellflower Parasite.
He had the whole thing built up too. It's not like he was building Arcanas. He was like 500 gold off of a sheep if he wanted it. Which would have been useful.
I don't. This is just ridiculous. Like, and he's not tankier either. That's the worst
an
part.
unbelievably
he's just gonna die the same.
decision.
God.
Well, Symbol of Rage is finished on Malakin. I actually like that a lot. It's going to provide him some extra tankiness so he can stand up to people in these fights. But, again, that conduit is going to be a problem. Richard Hag still working on her stuff. Has 1,700 saved up, so about 1,000 off of that Arcana, or the Acolyte Staff, if she is indeed going for sheep, which is my assumption. Could be Grimoire. You never know. Ultimate Orb builds into a lot of things. Kraken farming pretty aggressively here in the Hellborn Woods. It's a little bit dangerous, but he's got a Shrunken Head and a Portal Key, and he's Kraken, so probably feeling pretty okay with his decision. Very defensive vision, though, for the Legion side. As you can see, wards pretty much concentrated in the bottom river, and one here on the Shrine. Hellborn putting just in one, actually, up near the top rune, so not a lot of vision for this Twisted Fusion team, and Kongor is back up. Looks like that's going to be the objective. Kraken Illusion killed.
Did you just say near the shrine?
Yeah.
Shrine.
That's what I call the head thing.
Why didn't you just call it the head hill?
Because shrine's shorter than that.
But it's not a shrine. There's shrines in the base. They're called shrines.
It's... Shut up. Rhapsody is dead, and that's really bad, actually, because Rhapsody is extremely important in these fights with her ultimate. Nice Saw Blade's actually doing a lot of damage. Forgotten One taking a ton of damage. Malakin going to be able to do some good auto attacks here, and in the background they're just picking people off. And Corrupted Disciple, though, as Chipper finally falls. Puzzle Box minions will be killed, actually, by Malakin. That Splash Auto is a bad problem. And Wes also dying, so 4 heroes dead on the Hellborn team.
I'm just catching up. Give me a second. I was 2 minutes behind. Not bad.
And
that was a lot of fun.
A Ward of Sight now in the Kongor pit that was just placed by Wretched Hag. I hope she doesn't think she's going to steal this token, because she probably isn't. She can try.
It's not that hard to steal. Since the other team can't get on top. I mean, usually teams, like, don't stand on top of the Kongor.
They just saw the Ward of Sight as well as the Malakin buyback with the Bound Eye, so...
Yep.
They're just going to vacate.
So that's good.
We'll head on back.
Yep. I like the Geos on CD.
Are you live, Boarbeater? Are you live?
Boarbeater is live, confirmed.
Unbelievable. All these people in Twitch chat want to do code-cast. They're talking about no initiator on Hellborn. That's true because Chipper bought a Hellflower. If he had bought a Sheepstick or a Portal Key or something of actual value, then there would be an initiator on Hellborn, but or if they hadn't picked a suicide hag, which was another terrible decision.
Yeah, the Hag just doesn't fit in their lineup. Like he can even see. Like
Yeah.
what does he do? He has a blessed orb, and he's level 13 at 40 minutes. He's pretty much as useful as the other team's closest.
I really would have liked something like a Pharaoh here.
Pharaoh would be kind of bad because...
Anyway, who cares? Release the Kraken is going to lock down people, and Pingu's surviving, but not for long. Finally going down as he's just sitting on top of the saw blades. Madman in the Shrunken, and so is Kraken. Actually, Parasite. No, it's Malakin with the Kongor kill. Token of Life goes to Parasite, in fact. Freeze as Glacius is trying to run away, but there's no way he's getting out of this because he's got 4 heroes chasing him down. Only chance he has is dying to neutral creeps, but that's not going to happen. Twisted Fusion taking a 7k gold lead, and they're still down in experience, but they've been up in gold for pretty much this entire game, and they're going to expand a little bit more with a 1-team fight and a Kongor kill. Obviously, not having the token is unhelpful, but
they killed CD before he got BKB off. That's why they won that.
And this should be bottom racks. CD has no buyback available. Kraken LT's down. Parasite's got a fair few number of things, except for his puzzle box, which is the most important. And yeah, it's going to be bot racks. We'll see if they try to get anything else out of this, but it doesn't look like it. They're mostly just headed back. I think they should probably pressure this tier 3 in middle. And yeah, that's what they're going to do. Good. I like this call.
They do indeed pressure Quincy. I'm watching them 2 times now.
I don't think they're going to get the kill, and yeah, they back off, so nice decision making from Twisted Fusion right there. I approve.
The Snowstone still doesn't make sense to me on Malakin.
Well, it's continuously getting cancelled, so apparently it's doing something.
Well, I mean, it blocks like 200 damage. It's not like there's a single target stun that's like getting cancelled or anything. It's just damage.
It's the face hug that he wants to get rid of, and the Glacius.
I mean, if they're
freeze
face
is a
hugging him,
problem.
that's good. He can just BKB it. All out of both of those. I mean, if Parasite's face hugging him, he probably wants that. He's the tankiest hero on their team. He doesn't have anything to steal usually, besides maybe a focus buffer.
I think if he's at the point where he's gonna get face hugged and he doesn't have the BKB on already, he's dead.
It's debatable.
I mean, Parasite doesn't have a portal key. I don't see where Parasite is getting close enough to face hug him without a BKB on already, and then having Malakin live through that.
Which is my point.
So he can't BKB the silence off because it should already be up, so the face hug should go through the BKB and still provide the silence, is what I'm saying.
If he ults, though...
It's fine, don't worry about it.
It doesn't really matter if he gets silence. It's like the same concept as buying the stupid Hellflower.
Void Talisman, actually, is the choice on Rhapsody. She's pretty damn farmed. 222 GPM on this Rap. And electing to go for some debatable items as well. I like the push book, but I much prefer a portal key.
See, Drents agrees with me. Nullstone Mally, what the fuck? See, that's a thing, Quincy. It's not a thing.
I don't think it's the best decision, but I don't really have that much of a problem with it.
It's absolutely terrible. Think that if he didn't have that, he would have another 4,000 gold, and he'd have a demonic. Like, that'd be ridiculous. And he'd still have a buyback, even
or
after
a
demonic.
or something like that.
Yeah, anything, really. Like, demonic is so useful against this Legion team. It's pretty much all physical damage besides Parasite. A majority of physical. Glacius doesn't really actually do damage.
Well,
like, he just kind of dies.
One of those team fights, he actually got pretty much a full duration ultimate off, and did a fair amount of damage.
That fight, you missed Glacius being invis the entire time on top of Ophelia, fighting him the entire time. It was like 30 seconds there's a team fight going, and Glacius was fighting Ophelia, Quincy.
No, that's a different team fight.
No, it was a different.
No.
Fine.
I know what team fight you're talking about. It's not the one I'm talking about. But the other thing is, they don't have that many stuns to stop the glacial downpour outside of chipper rockets, pretty much. So.
Whatever.
It's a fair bit of damage.
You can't Geos. I'm pretty sure you can't Geos Conduit off, right?
I think you can.
I remember because like people never used to buy it because it doesn't go off. I think that was the thing.
Yes, Metatron. That was my thought as well. He probably wants the Nullstone to block the conduit when the Shrunken is up, but I mean it's a fair point. Yeah, he can run away. There's options
Sword
for dealing
throw away.
with that.
There's like 4 tablets on his team. There's 3 tablets on this team,
And
my bad.
to be honest, I've never really been a fan of the Shrunken Head plus Nullstone. I think it works on a couple of heroes, but in general, it's like you want one of those items and not both. And if you do want both, you get them pretty far apart. Like, Silhouette will typically get both, but she'll get an early Nullstone and then get, like, damage items, and then later on she'll get a Shrunken Head. So it's not...
Well, the thing is, like, when you do buy both of those items together, it's on heroes that do a stupid amount of damage already. Malakin doesn't do a stupid amount of damage, and his other items don't really offer as much damage. Like, Silhouette gets Nullstone and Shrunken, sure, but she gets, like, Wingbow and a Savage.
In between.
And, yeah. So, I mean, she has a stupid amount of damage. Malakin has, like,
so
built-in damage with this W, but that doesn't do that much after armor.
It works for something like a Soul Stealer, where,
yeah,
I've got a crap ton of right-clicks, I got my Demon Hands on, I have my ultimate. What I really need is survivability. And so for a hero like that, it's different, but, he's got a 3200 saved up. He has 525 GPM, so it's not like he's farming poorly by any means, and he still is quite tanky. He does need, at some point, a higher damage output item than the Insanitarius, because that's really his main source of right-click at this point, and I think the Hellborn team is suffering for it. They just don't have... If you look at the damage charts, and Ophelia's at 5%, Rhapsy's at 6%, and Hag's at 7%. It's pretty much entirely Chipper and Malakin that are the sources of damage for this Hellborn team. And...
yes. Good job, Quincy.
What did I do?
CD has a lot of gold. Just saying, CD has a lot of gold. Where are you, by the way? I've been
45,
watching this
51, 52, 53, 54.
Okay, so you'll be back to where I am in about like 30 seconds. Thanks.
The Hellborn have overrun a Legion FOB.
Tier 3 tower gets taken out of the middle lane, pretty much for free, as that chip damage they did earlier ends up paying off. It's a nice high ground. Token of Life has worn off on a Parasite. Convoy not up for a little while, so Hellborn team perhaps looking to make a push.
I feel like Madman and Kraken should be farming, or even Parasite, should be just farming the Hellborn woods. I mean, they know that Legion, or that Hellborn is in their woods, Legion woods. Like, they should Legion should make use of the map. They shouldn't be sitting as 5, like, right there, inside of their base, not farming. They still need items.
Yeah.
Like Madman he hits for like 100 damage in 50 minutes. That's not gonna cut it.
It's because he's got first time Shrunken Head, because he's another one of those heroes that does not benefit from the I'm just gonna get a defensive items type thing.
Yeah. I mean, Parasite's progressed fairly well. CD has 5,000 gold for whatever next item he decides to buy, and he'll have a TP once he sells Energizer, so that's still good. But like, Madman, Kraken, and Glacius both have some work to do. Glacius obviously isn't going to get anything, but still. They need their other 2 cores to be able to stand up, since Hag has Sheepstick, finally, so he can actually do something. And Chipper hits for a lot, because he has Hellflower? I have no idea what Chipper is.
So. He's going to get blown up, like, Chipper? He's just going to die.
What is Chipper? He's a fucking, like, giant potato with...
Alright, what do you think about the barrier idol completion on Ophelia? I like the rest of her items. I'm kind of on the fence on that one. Like, she's really, really utility based. She's going to provide a lot to her team in terms of just like supporting them and keeping them alive, but there isn't that much magic damage on this Legion team. And
well, it's more of like a base push thing. Like, if they push base, the creep wave will survive, because all they have for counter push is like barrel rolls, stock, and a tide. So that'll get absorbed by the barrier, I guess. It's not that big deal. If Glacius goes up to Thunder Blast, he's dead.
It's got a good amount of range. Sorry.
Yeah. But the creeps will live when they push base, so that's an important thing, that they can actually siege high ground.
I suppose. Malakin saving up 5,200 gold. Chipper has another 4,300. And once again, they're trying to break base with like 10,000 gold saved up on them. And you look at the Legion side, nobody's gotten more than 1,000 except for Kraken, who's sitting on 2,200. So there aren't a lot of buybacks available for the Legion team, but they're going to perhaps not need them if they just get kills and don't die because they have additional items.
Yeah, Malikan has 5k on him. He definitely shouldn't be pushing. 5,000 gold. Sorry. You don't push with 5,000 gold. That's just like their gold lead right now is 0.
Less than that. That's, I think,
Less than
in terms of the amount of gold that's pulled up on both sides, I would say that the Legion side actually have an advantage in terms of turning that gold into items.
Yeah, they're probably like 2,000 gold ahead.
Yeah, something like that.
Madman bought back twice? Wow.
Yeah, I didn't see the second one. I saw the first one, but I didn't see the second one.
I saw the first one. I don't remember the second one. Oh well.
Glacius, meanwhile, would really appreciate getting some items. He's got a Bound-Eye Power Supply and Striders. Poor bastard.
You might get a void. I mean, not a void.
Push book?
Yeah. Even he could just buy bracers. I don't even care.
Yeah. Anyway, Kongor is alive and being attempted by the Hellborn team. Meanwhile, the Legion are pushing in top. It's just the 4 heroes, though, as Madman's actually in middle lane, so Corrupt Disciple will pop the Geometer's Bane. He also has Wingbow, by the way. I mentioned that, but he's pretty far built, nearly 500 gold per minute for Pingu. And it's going to result in some heroes coming back to defend their tier 3 in the top lane, as the other 2 continue to work on Kongor, but this is not a quick Kongor killing team. So, looks like the Legion side is well aware of what's happening. Electrotype's going to give them vision, and they're waiting to break the Nullstone on Malikan because they don't want to use the Conduit for it, but in fact, Ophelia is the one they're going to go for as Kraken charges onto Mali in the background. Sword throw goes through up the cliff, and the Kongor kill will be stopped. And also get a word of Rev from Puzzle Box minions. Indeed, no teleport on Mali.
You were a minute ahead of me.
He doesn't have room for it because he wants the token space. I'm at 51 minutes, 51:01:02.
Yeah, I'm like 2 minutes behind you. I'll just speed up. Just watch from 2 times for the rest of the game.
Yay!
I actually like drop a ridiculous amount of frames when I watch it in 2 times speed. Like I'm at 4 FPS right now. It's pretty much watching it at normal speed.
Yeah, I would really appreciate that too. Malikan, for the love of Christ, buy an item. Like, I know you think you're 6-slotted, but you can get something more valuable than an Insanitarius, to be honest. And March is not going to jump into 2, but one of those is Corrupted Disciple, and that's not a great plan as Hag just gets destroyed. Rhapsody Ultimate really not doing all that much as they focus her and kill her pretty quickly. Finally, Parasite does go down. Glacial Downpour doing a ton of damage in the background. Very Riley eating some of that. Malikan actually in the man up wins, but there's Corrupted Disciple because that's not the one he was focusing on. Malikan gonna fall, and he's got 6,600 gold. He needs to buy back if he actually wants to use some of that money as they Annihilation.
Is he not gonna buy back and save all that gold?
Oh my god, if he doesn't buy back, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
Okay, actually, I'll spoil it for you, but he bought back.
He did buy back, I just saw.
And he used his gold.
To buy Rift Shards.
Yes, not bad. Except he doesn't have a demonic, so he doesn't have that much attack speed. Also, true. But they do have an Ophelia to port him back.
That's true.
I feel like they should have used that more. I hate it that teams don't use like the Ophelia port. Like that's why I like Jonas and Fan, by the way. Because he used to do that all the time. They picked Ophelia and he bought like post haste and then he got a buttload of farm. That's pretty nice.
Definitely a
Jonas MVP. Just saying, Jonas MVP. He had the least amount of votes, and that was my fucking most obvious choice. I was like, how the fuck can you vote for anybody except Jonas?
MVP?
Yeah, I was like, how can you fucking vote for anybody except Jonas? And then
I think he might have been the most underrated player in the scene when he was active, but I still think there were a number of people who were better than him.
He's still best skilled. I don't think Nikkei is better than him.
That's debatable, certainly.
I mean, do you see that guy? Oh my god, he just wins games with boots.
Yeah.
He's a genius.
I agree. I mean, I do think Jonas, for whatever reason, just never got the credit that he deserved for BMG being as good as they were. I mean, I think Hanskin got a lot of attention, Limp got a lot of attention when he was there, Fuzi obviously did too, even Seal Kid and KGE with the hookers, but for some reason the spotlight never really fell on Jonas, which didn't make a lot of sense. He played a lot of heroes too, and weird ones, like that Suicide Shipper thing.
He was their best player.
Crazy.
Yeah, he was by far their best player.
I think
it's not even.
He very probably was until Limp showed up.
Yeah.
I think Limp was their best player when he was on the team, but Before that,
Yeah,
yeah,
but
certainly.
after that, Jonas is like their best individual skill player for like what they had.
Certainly. Anyway, this game, Malikin, out of buybacks now, so please, for the love of Christ, use all your money. Does he have level 4 Rift Shards? Yes, he does, so I guess drop Millstone, get Heart, like...
I don't know what CD bought post haste, I guess, right? Yeah, he did.
I mean, I think ideal 6
point,
slot for Malikin at this point is drop
without
Millstone.
a Millstone.
Yeah, drop Millstone, get Heart, drop Insanitarius, get Demonic.
I think he needs the Demonic first, but sure. I don't think Heart's
Either way,
gonna be that useful.
he's currently sitting at 21 armor, so I don't think his Demonic's actually going to do all that much in terms of defensive armor. I guess the negative
It's
armor
just for
is nice,
attacks.
but and the attack speed is good, but...
Like, I don't know if you've noticed, but Legion has 2 bulwarks. Just
I hadn't noticed that, but
that out
yeah,
there.
that's a good point.
Putting that out there. He has the Demonic and the bulwark, my bad. Quite interesting. It's kind of funny that, you know, nobody on their team even said anything, like, to have it happen. They have a Demonic and a bulwark at 55 minutes. Like, Parasite could probably almost be at a sheep right now, right?
Yeah.
To,
Instead of
yeah,
Storm
he'd
Spirit
like-
and Bulwark, yeah, he'd have a sheep.
Well, he'd have a sheep, but, like, if he sold the bulwark, didn't have it. Or if he never bought it.
If he never bought the Bulwark in the first place, he'd be really close to a sheep. If he never bought the Bulwark and never bought the Storm Spirit, then he would have a sheep.
Yeah. It's kind of funny.
Do you like Storm Spirit? We have 2 of them in this game. I'm not a fan. It's too expensive.
It's okay if you're on the Ophelia team, because you can Storm Spirit Ophelia send back, but they don't have a post haste to make use of it, so if they do send somebody back, they need to get the hell out of there.
Didn't
like
they fix
fast.
that? Doesn't that not work anymore?
No, it's just, they haven't done anything about Ophelia Port. They should have done something about Ophelia Port, but they haven't.
Anyway,
So that's where
like
it's at.
RmR is going to be the team that's getting aggressive this time. Triple Rockets will be dodged by Pengu. Wingbo's doing a lot of work with dodging the tower autos, and he's generally pretty tanky, of course. Pretty easy tier 3 tower kill, as nobody really faces them. Token of Life obviously uncorrupted, so if they want to jump him and try to kill him, it's going to be a lot harder. There's Kraken with the initiation on the Hag, just gets destroyed. Release the Kraken and the Shrunken Heads are going off. Malikin going to take the Superior Magic Stone. Rhapsody Ultimate will get him out of there, but Malikin is going to result in his teammate dying as Rhapsody ends up falling. Malikin trying to get in the back of this. Corrupt Disciple with the Ultimate going on to everything and just destroying people. He's well diving. And yeah, that's game.
Who would have called that one? I told you Hellborn or Legion was going to win, Quincy.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, did I said Legion was
There's
gonna
no
win?
evidence for that.
Oh my god, fine. But I also like the Storm Spirit on Legion too, because Storm Spirit's better with the more farm there is on your carry, and how useful they are. Malikin isn't that useful, so obviously Storm Spirit is that great. I mean, they think he's useful, but he has a fucking Nullstone. So, CD has the right items, so Storm Spirit is much more valuable, because if he dies, the entire team is dead.
Yeah. So I'm going to assume that those comprise your final thoughts, so
Sure.
I don't have too much else to say. It was an hour-long game, although it kind of went fast. I don't know. It was just kind
It
of
did
going.
feel fast.
And
It's probably because we didn't talk about the game.
we didn't. That's pretty true. Anyway, game 1, gonna go the way of Ride My Rocket, which is a pretty great team name, so congrats to them. This is loser back round 2, which means Twisted Fusion is now facing elimination in Gold Cycle 6, and we'll see if they can come back in game 2 to force a decisive game 3, or if they're going to bow out relatively quickly for them, it feels like. Be back in just a minute with that.